So 190, so 200 points. I mean, 24,360. The next Lakshman Rekha, if I can call it that, is basically the 61.8% retracement of the entire fall that we've seen from the highs in late September, October. 27th of September is where we made that high. The high was 26,277, and the low which was made was on the 7th of April, which was 21,743. 61.8% retracement of the entire move down is 24,545. So that's the level to take out. And then, of course, I mean, you look at all-time highs after that. We'll see if there's enough in the tank for the market to sustain after a super gap up. 0.6% in the Nifty, 0.4% in the Nifty Bank. Small cap index is up 0.6%. And it's all green, largely all green. Advanced decline right out of the gates, super strong, 1,000 up, about 250 lower. 24,300 is there on the board for now. Mid and small caps did very well yesterday, much better than Nifty and the Bank Nifty. And I think that perhaps is another theme, right? I mean, is the worst over for small and mid caps? People are starting to ask that question, and we'll focus on that as well as we go along. That's the heat map. A bulk of it all in the green, a few names in the red. Surabhi.
Okay, I'm looking at IT stocks because that recovery move continues thanks to HCL Tech's commentary. HCL Tech, remember, is guiding for 2 to 5% growth in FY26. The reason that band is very high is because it all depends on discretionary spends. If they're bad, 2%. If they pick up, then 5%. That's the Nifty winner. Stock is taking the sector up with it. Tech Mahindra, 3%, Infosys, 2%, Wipro, 1.5%, TCS, 1%. So IT is a big leader. Beyond IT, IndusInd Bank is recovering with that clarification that the bank issued yesterday, 2% up. There is no forensic audit. It's only an EY sort of assisted internal review of the MFI business. Geo Financial, SBI, these are some of the other names. Axis Bank on the financial side that are doing pretty okay. Some recovery on a Hero Motor today. Remember yesterday, Bajaj and Hero were both hit hard because of the Jefferies note. Bajaj is still down, 0.7% lower on Bajaj Auto, but Hero Motor is having a better morning. What's not working is Kotak Mahindra Bank. There's a bit of a profit taking over there. Cipla, Grasim, these are some of the other stocks. But otherwise, it's fine. It's a full green screen. No problems whatsoever. Eternal continues to have a great run. Eternal this month in April is up 20%, Zomato. And that continues with today's move, 1% higher.
Okay, all right. The stock of the morning is Cyan DLM. We just had the management on the channel. They said that the last quarter had a one-off positive impact on the margins. And for the coming year, they are guiding for 10 to around 12% margins. And the US business could be better placed with regard to an opportunity on the China Plus One theme. So that stock is up close to around 9%. Bari Entries, that's the stock of the morning, up close to around 6%. Big move is what we're seeing. And it's having a positive impact on other solar module as well as cell makers. You have Premier that's up close to around 2%. You have Insulation Energy, that's another smaller name in there. That one as well is up close to around 3% or thereabouts. Pull up a couple of other notable movers. You have Geo Financial Services, the new entry into the Nifty. That's up 1.5%, and it's moving on rather large volumes. So good going on that name as well. The first tick, just one observation on the Nifty, the first tick was a gain of around 200 points, but that quickly got sold into you. So by the end of today, you'll want to see the 24,350 mark get conquered on a closing basis, and you'll want the Nifty Bank to get past the 59,000 odd mark. As we mentioned earlier today, the sector of the morning is the IT pack. You have HCL Tech that did quite well in terms of in comparison to street expectations. The Nasdaq saw a relief rally, and we had more rational thoughts coming in from President Trump. So that explains why. That's the sector of the morning. The tech pack up and about in today's trading session. Just one more name. J&K Bank is down close to around 6.5%. I think yesterday that stock had seen a big run. Today it's come in for some profit taking.
I just want to point out Havells, guys, before we move on. A little uncanny, 3.5% down. The numbers look good. Most of the brokerage notes that I'm looking at, Morgan Stanley overweight, target price 1942, Nomura buy 1873. JP Morgan is neutral, but even their target is about 1700. Stock selling off quite a bit.
I'll give you a couple of reasons. One is their switchgear business, which is the highest margin business. Out there, the growth is only 6%. Point number one. Point number two is the stock trades at around 60 times on a forward basis. That's FY26. That's 30% above its historical 10-year average. Both these 2 points coming in from a Jefferies note. So that could explain the stock is seeing some profit taking.
All right, that's Havells. Well, 140 higher on the Nifty, which means I think from the high point we've lost about 60 odd points. But this is very, very initial first few minutes, which is coming up on our screens for now. 24,300. The biggest volume-led gainer this morning is Vari. It's got about 500,000 shares, I think, but it's the number one volume-led move. 1.5 million, beg your pardon, 2750. HCL and Coforge are the other two names. Coforge is up about 3%. AU Bank, will speak with them in a bit, 4% higher. Tech Mahindra, Chola Finance, Keynes, Cyan, DLM, and so on and so forth. And then volumes start to taper off. But it's a strong start in terms of volume-led gains as well. Rajratan Wires, right? We had the management with us yesterday. It ended up 20% yesterday by 3:30. It's up another 7% this morning, 415 or so. From a low of about 260, stocks at about 420 in about 6-7 trading sessions now. So these are very big moves which are coming through.